Yo, what is good? It's your boy Chris, and we're back with Palmer Aquatics. Today, I want to do another plant care guide. You know, some of you guys are thinking, we're sick of the care guides, bro. I get it, but I'm in love with aquarium plants, and I can't get over it. I'm just entirely obsessed. Today's aquarium plant is Pogostemon Stellatus Octopus Care. So we're going to deep dive into this. This is the plant right here. I checked on a lot of trends right now with aquarium plants, and this is like the #1 popular plant right now, and it's for a reason, guys. Pogostemon Stellatus Octopus. Actually, first, I want to give you a sneak peek of some quick updates, just because I know you guys love them. So, as you know, or you maybe know, we've been working on the porch build, and essentially, this is kind of like a zen sector for houseplants. Shout out to my girlfriend because she kind of built this, and it is awesome. Essentially, this is what it looks like when you sit down in here. Absolutely love it. You can kind of watch the cars go by and the train go by. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 4 29-gallon aquariums up there. This wall's going to be super sick. So my favorite aquarium with this plant, Pogostemon Stellatus Octopus, is this tank right here. This is my show tank that I do all the podcasting and some videos. Here, let me kill the lights here for a second. So this plant is super easy. It's a stem plant and it's super bushy. What's sort of weird is this aquarium plant is said to be kind of a medium light plant, but I'm effectively growing it with pretty low lighting. This is just a JC&P aquarium light. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, and again, none of my lights are like high end. So if you ever see plants in my house, just know that they're kind of like low light plants because none of these guys, none of my tanks have like expensive lighting on them. It's all like Hygger stuff, Amazon stuff, just cheap. No offense to some of these brands, but I'm not into fancy lighting. So what I'm telling you is this aquarium plant can easily grow under like low lighting. And not only that, but I have it like a foot off of the tank. So I'm guessing that if the light was lower, it would gain more UV and it would grow better. We have this plant in a bunch of tanks around here. I'm trying to find it. Ooh, the hair algae is getting crazy on this tank. I got to get in here and clean this. What sucks is this hair algae is actually mixed with a moss. So sometimes when like a moss gets going like with crazy growth, it mixes with hair algae and it's just like a catastrophe. Like this moss right there. See that moss? But once you start to mix in hair algae, it's a nightmare. So where can I find some more of this stuff? Oh, here it is right here. So as I was saying, it is a medium to low light plant, and it's a stem plant, and it gets really bushy. That being said, if you have CO2, this plant is obviously going to be way bushier. The internet might tell you or lead you to believe that you're going to need CO2 to grow this like whatsoever, but that's not true because I have a basic Beamswork light here with no CO2 on this tank, and it's growing decent. I wouldn't say this is like super like heavy growth, but this one right here is actually more bushy, and it's the same light. So some advice: if you don't have CO2, an air stone really kind of helps. It helps the plants that just need more oxygen, like with CO2, and you can kind of tell that the plant does kind of grow a little bit weird. You can kind of tell it gets really bushy right there. And sometimes what you got to do is just clip it and just regrow it because it just, something's not right with the nutrients. And it kind of just, if you're having issues, all you got to do when propagating this is just snip one of the stems and then just plop it in and replant it. I just did a video on how to propagate and plant this plant, and I'll throw a link in the description box to that, or you can just search in YouTube how to propagate this plant. And you might be wondering what this is right here. This is actually a mother plant to this the sword plant, and what it's doing is it's throwing a runner, and these are all little babies. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till those get a little older in size. Even though I could probably plant that real easy right now. What we're gonna do is kind of just wait and just let them get as big as possible. I did a little research on this plant, Pogostemon Stellatus Octopus, and it is the #1 most popular sold plant right now on aquariumcoop.com. So this is telling you something. This is a really popular plant, and here it is right here in this freshly planted 55-gallon tank we just set up. And I think the reason why this aquarium plant is so popular is because it's a perfect background plant, or like a foreground. It's kind of like Valsnaria. But I feel like the hobby's getting a little sick of Valsnaria because it's just like, you know, it's been so like overdone, whereas this kind of has like more of a bushy look. I do like Valsnaria / Jungle Val, but this stuff is really cool, and it just kind of grows a little different. As far as lighting goes, I'm having luck just throwing this stuff, anything under a light that is anything, or the color spectrum should be anywhere between like 5 to 6500 Kelvin. I know that's sort of technical. You're probably not even caring about that information, but if you use any generic Amazon aquarium plant LED, it's gonna grow under that. And like I was saying, it does prefer CO2, but doesn't every plant? So get yourself an air stone, make sure you're giving the tank adequate amounts of CO2 to the best of your ability without using actual CO2. So as far as nutrients, this is a stem plant. So as you can see, this has kind of like a big, thick stem. Some of the stems are thicker than others. Here, let me flip the cam. That looks a little weird, sorry. And again, the glare is ferocious because of all the aquariums in here. Hey, it's me again, it's Chris. So this is a stem plant, so it's gonna get a lot of its nutrients from the substrate. I, for the most part, am using soil. In my tanks, I have videos on that as well. I don't wanna go down a wormhole, but a protein or a nutrient-rich substrate is going to be best for stem plants. Oh, there's a train going by. Sorry if it's loud, guys. So like a substrate, like I would advise using soil, or else you have fluval stratum. This stuff's really good. It is full of nutrients. I don't advise people to use fluorite. That is the C-Chem stuff. It's just like a clay-based iron deal. I don't like any of that stuff. I honestly like fluval stratum in soil. We're moving probably 70% or probably 80% of the tanks all to soil. Here's the 10-gallon tanks over here. These are all soil tanks. They're just super cheap, just capped with sand. If you're wondering, we're actually in the process of moving all the aquarium lights to be overhead instead of the boxes, because the boxes were just too much work, and it's just so much easier to be able to see the surface and just work on it. I don't know if you guys care to know, but we are moving all the tanks to that. And someone might say, well, you're gonna deal with fish jumping out and stuff. Well, we have 50 aquariums here just upstairs, and it lessens the workload a lot. But yeah, guys, this is a really easy aquarium plant to take care of. Like I said, it's really popular right now, and I'm really digging it. It's one of my favorites. So, and by the way, some of you guys might be wondering, hey, you got glasses now. Yes, I have glasses full time, so this is gonna be a new thing. It turns out my eyes were so bad that I couldn't even get contacts. So without further ado, guys, let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Pogostemon Stellatus Octopus care. That's a mouthful to say. Let me know in the comment section what you guys want to know. I talked about lighting, planting, propagating, just essentially everything. And it's a real simple plant to grow, obviously. You might have issues. If the plant starts to die back, it's either a nutrient deprived substrate or lack of lighting. You could also dose with liquid fertilizers, like you know, there's Thrive, there's Aquarium Co-op's Easy Green. There's so many liquid ferts that, but I feel like if you have enough fish with a bioload, you shouldn't need liquid ferts. But from time to time, it helps. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Check out this overgrowth in this goldfish tank. Isn't that pretty sick? That's literally just, we just have plastic baskets inside the tank. You can't really see it. But then we're just using a shop light. It's that simple. We have a bunch of houseplants in there. We're about to release a video on how to set up a pothos in your aquarium. So that should be pretty cool. So without further ado, guys, Pogostemon Stellatus Octopus care. Let me know in the comment section. Did you just pick up this plant? Are you researching it? Do you want to try it? Are you nervous about trying a planted tank? I know the drill. I was once there. I was a cichlid guy, and that's all I did. So without further ado,